5 years ago, I renovated my studio because I needed more space. I invested in a few IKEA storage units like Kallax and Besta that you can kind of see behind me still now to keep my supplies organized and out of sight. One of my main goals was to display my artwork, so I covered every inch of my walls with my favorite canvases and art pieces. The place felt very cozy and inspiring, and I loved being surrounded by my art. Over the years, my creative focus changed. I went from experimenting with mixed media and 3D assemblage art to primarily focusing on art journaling. Over the past year specifically, I found myself stuck creatively. And that's when a friend suggested that when we go through inner changes, sometimes our surroundings need to change as well. That really resonated with me. So I set up to declutter my art room, letting go of what I no longer needed and keeping what truly fueled my passion. I took decluttering seriously, donating a lot of my art supplies to organizations and friends who I knew would use them. But I still had plenty left as we accumulate a lot, right? So I needed to reorganize it efficiently. To start the project, I had to convince my husband, which didn't take that much convincing at all, as he loves a good fixer-upper, and he agreed to replace the old carpet with durable laminate flooring from Home Depot and paint the walls with white for a fresh, clean look. My first challenge was moving it all out of the cabinets and packing it into boxes, as we need to get all the furniture out of the room. My son helped me move the boxes into my bedroom, which quickly filled up with furniture and supplies. The only thing we left in the room is the large Kallax unit, as we didn't want to disassemble it and it wouldn't fit through the door. My husband ripped up the old carpet and painted the entire room with white before installing the laminate flooring, a grayish neutral shade that complements the space beautifully. Since he had already done similar work in his office, he knew exactly how to get it done. And it turned out perfect. He even changed my light fixture to a brand new one that illuminates the whole room. And we hung some neutral curtains on an existing metal rod. Once the floor were finished, we moved the furniture back. I kept the layout mostly the same. A 4x4 Kallax unit as the main storage piece with additional 2x4s and 2x2s units stacked to create a 6x6 setup. I love that these storage units hide the clutter, especially when I'm filming, as you can see, which is the reason why I originally added doors and drawers. This is the same setup as I had 5 years ago. I organized my supplies by frequency of use. Items that reached for daily went in the middle shelves, while less used materials were stored higher up. Another big change was to have a more practical desk layout. Previously, I had 2 long IKEA tables forming an L shape with my computer on one side and my workspace on the other. This setup made it difficult to teach classes. What I wanted was a corner unit in the center with an inner round edge, but I couldn't find one. Until I remembered my friend Tiffany had one from IKEA, but guess what? It was discontinued and I could not buy it. However, I looked in Facebook Marketplace and I found one for $30. I ended up driving 45 minutes to pick it up, but it was worth it. The rounded corner table fit perfectly since it matched my existing IKEA tables. I'm listing all the links to all the furniture I used from IKEA in my art room. But if you want this desk, you might have to look in Facebook Marketplace. My husband securely attached the 2 end tables to the middle table. This new arrangement helped me center my computer in front of me, making it much easier to teach because I can see my computer at the same time as I'm working. While the large table on the left provides a lot of space to work on some larger canvas projects that I've been wanting to work on. My husband also repositioned my lights and camera mounts to align it with the new setup. I did purchase a new camera arm, which was more flexible than the previous one. I've added product links in the description to all the Amazon purchases as well. Another major goal was eliminating excess desk clutter. I got rid of the rolling cart next to me and transferred its content into drawers for better organization. I already had a wide Alex unit, so I emptied it and used clear bins from Amazon to store brushes, markers, and tools. I also replaced a bulky plastic drawer unit with a smaller IKEA Alex unit to keep my essentials, like glue, spray bottles, scissors, rulers, and mixed media products within reach. Some taller items didn't fit in the drawers, so I found a small IKEA cart that tucks neatly under my desk to hold things like baby wipes, my heat tool, and large bottles. It gives me easy access to everything. To keep my workspace even cleaner, I added 2 mini handheld vacuums. The mini vacuum is perfect for clearing small dust particles from my desk, while the larger one easily reaches under my desk to tackle the bigger pieces that fall under. I also moved my printers to a separate unit from Amazon, keeping them off my desk and freeing up more space. I also added a white paintbrush basin to replace the old pickle jars I was using. It allows me to let the brushes dry before storing them back in the drawer. My husband also installed an undermount keyboard and mouse tray to free up desk space, remounted my paper towel holder, and added 2 small hooks for hand towels, perfect for quick cleanups. The only items that remained on my desk were my computer and microphone, my silicone and glass mat, brush basin, a few charging cables, a phone holder, an Alexa for listening to music, and this ink and feather pen that I picked up on a previous trip to Italy. I also kept a sage diffuser for the soothing scent of essential oils and a silent fan to keep my room cool during the summer. For the walls, I wanted a fresh approach. Instead of cluttering them with art like before, I installed IKEA picture ledges to display a rotating selection of my favorite pieces. This allows me to switch things up based on my mood. I also added small keepsakes from my travels, as well as framed pieces of my newer artwork in white frames to maintain the clean aesthetic. Between the 2 cabinets, I had a small space on the side where I placed a unit I frequently use for paper. And to maximize that corner space, my husband built me a shelf above the unit, which is perfect for storing large paper pads that don't fit anywhere else, as well as some artwork that I can use to rotate on the shelves. It's amazing how much our surroundings impact our creativity without us even realizing it. With the clutter gone and everything in its place, I feel much more inspired. So if you're feeling stuck creatively, I encourage you to make some changes to your space, no matter how big or small, whether it's decluttering, reorganizing, or simply refreshing the decor. Creating a space that is just for you can be transformative. And if you're curious, you can check out my art room tour from 5 years ago in this video right here. Hopefully, it gives you some inspiration for your own space.